bitterness of lemonade that like balances it out, you know.
This is just pure sweet, yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was like.
What about this? What about these? The Steel Reserve Mango John or whatever.
I don't do the like canned thing, but
they're flames.
Are they?
T.I., you got your audio live?
Yeah, I'm good. We gotta get. Let's
Producer
go.
Reese, we good?
Fucking barbecue.
I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
You know,
OneTake Radio, February 13th. We got T.I., we got the one and only Adam Boehr, we got producer Reese behind the scenes, and call me crazy here. After a tough loss yesterday for our guy Boehr, it seemed like there was a little bit of a moment of friendship there between Tavis and Adam just at the start of the show. What's going on there? What's going on there, Boehr?
I think we're just worn out from all the bickering, fussing, and fighting. And like honestly, I mean, me and Tavis are friends. This is a show. When we argue, I do hate him sometimes, but it's really just the passion I think for my squad that makes me say that I hate him. I don't. It's not him. It's anyone who disagrees with me.
T.I., your thoughts? I thought there was a genuine moment of friendship. You're talking about Pick Whitney's. You're talking about some nice reserve beer from down in the deep in the heart of Texas with our guy Boehr.
Yeah, you give us like a corner. You've never been to.
Yeah, that's corner store. Yeah, that's that 7-Eleven. Like.
Dan's never seen a corner store ever in his life.
But see, I'm also.
I wear Sartoro suits, T.I. So
I'm sponsored by Coors Light tonight. So
sponsored by Coors Light. Hey man, dude, we want our guys. T.I.'s complaining to me already that he's not getting ad reads. He's not getting sponsorship. He's not.
And Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is one of my close friends, and he'll join soon.
Yeah.
Close personal friends. All right, well, T.I., let's kick it to you and talk about the game itself. There was some talk last night about how the Eagles may have played a perfect game and still lost. That seems like you're not of that opinion. Talk to me about what you think went wrong for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, let's just get right to it. I think last night probably doesn't count. And yeah, I don't really hate Adam either, I guess, to make the record. I don't even know if he's wearing a golf hat. It's golf season now for both of us, right? We're both done. NFL's over. Can move on.
Got my clubs right here.
Yeah.
Took your advice.
Yeah, got them out. Can move on to basketball. Both our teams probably won't do shit this year in basketball. We can focus on that later. I guess here's my thoughts on the game, and I'm gonna say this very calmly, and hopefully we keep this tone. Number one, the defense fucking fell apart. I think that's totally fair to say. Complete collapse. Like the secondary, like I don't know, did they really get tested? Like they didn't, right? Like Purdy was out of the game, but Niners getting tested. They have the Giants number. Like let's call a spade, right? Like Giants were gonna hang points on them. I was very surprised to see the D line just no show. I don't know if that was like just the plays that recalled or if the KCO line was better than I thought we were. I also too, but like even some things like Mahomes running for like 44 on one ankle, like that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Defense was just a no show, right? The second thought I have is Jalen Hurts played a great game. But at the same time, he's also kind of a guy who I think is going to fall on the sword for Philly because, like, to Adam's point last night, which is still true, that fumble was costly. You can't do that in a regular season game against a good team and expect to win, right? Let alone the fucking highest stakes of them all. And then lastly, is Sirianni, I honestly don't know. Does he have any play calling responsibility on either side of the ball? Is he an offensive guy or a defensive guy? He did nothing to help his fucking coordinator. And if Vic Fangio was a consultant and was like, hey, let's run this zone against Mahomes, I don't know where the wrong is. If it's the D coordinator, Sirianni, I don't know what the fuck Fangio was doing, but whatever the Philly defense did last night was not it. That was, they made no adjustments either, which is so weird because Sirianni's been good. He's been one of the better coaches in the NFL, and he did nothing on the defensive side to help his guys. Those are my 3 points that I think are indisputable. I don't think you can say Philly played a perfect game. They had a 10-point lead at half, and they couldn't get off the field in the second half. That's it. That's all I got, Adam.
Producer Reese not giving T.I. any points. They're very questionable from Producer Reese.
Points? Are you serious? I got this shit on.
Can't hear your points at all, Producer Reese. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. I heard a couple at the beginning. There's no points going on. I don't know what's happening.
Adam wanted me to wrap it up. I want to wrap it up too.
Sirianni calls the offense, am I right?
Okay.
No. Sirianni, about 2 games into the season, deliberately gave up play calling responsibilities. He said, I do not want them. At first he did want them, and then I guess he probably realized he wasn't as good at it as he thought, and he willingly gave them up. So no, he has no play calling responsibilities at all for the team, other than making an executive decision to overrule something. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
Anything to add to what Tavis had said there?
Yeah, I would say that I don't know about calling the defense a no-show. The fact that they got 0 sacks and like not a lot of pressure on Mahomes was like very no-showish for them. especially because they're the greatest sacking defense since the 85 Bears with 80. So that's like very, very strange. I have no answer for why they just did not get sacks and did not get pressure. But I definitely didn't. You said he made no adjustments to help them out. I didn't see it as our defense getting like burned or exposed. I guess there were plays when they would score and the guy would be wide open and it was just like a pitch and catch walk in, but that would be like a singular one-off play that happened twice for touchdowns from the 5-yard line. Other than that, it's not like they were like gashing us all over the field and our guys were just nowhere. It was just the touchdowns, the guys were wide open. And I didn't feel like watching the eye test, watching the game, I wasn't like, wow, like why are they gashing us and why can they do whatever they want to us? It wasn't that. We could have played better, but I mean, it seemed like a pretty normal, other than the no pressure, it seemed like a pretty normal defense on the back end for us, what we did. And then, yeah, I forget what else I was going to say. Can
I just chime in real quick? To me, the stats just didn't really make a ton of sense. If you look at them for the finals, it's like it was like a 60%, 40% time of possession in favor of the Eagles. I think they were like 36 minutes, 24 minutes for the Chiefs. And then also the yardage for Mahomes didn't even throw for 200 yards. I mean, it's wild. It's a wild thing. I was live tweeting the game. I was like, how is this score real? It was very odd.
It was weirdly, there's like one of Jalen Hurts' like better.
Jalen Hurts threw for 3. He made one big mistake. That fumble was terrible.
And I didn't even think like Hurts wasn't doing much impressive stuff either. It was just like weird. It was like stats were being like gotten, but like the game wasn't good. Honestly, I didn't even like the game. Like I had a strange lack of emotion while I was watching this game. I had to like force it and it was weird. And then when it ended, I just was like not even that upset until like today. And I was debating a guy at work. What it comes down to is, yes, the 0 sacks, the fact that defensive line that was like the thing wasn't the thing at all in that game. And then mainly, like I said last night, Jalen Hurts just straight up releasing the ball from his hand, fumbling at the 50-yard line, dropping it on the ground, and then kicking it forward over to 4 Kansas City Chiefs by themselves, kicking it to them. And just off to the races. That is the reason we won. That we lost. Most likely, if we don't turn it over there, we score a touchdown probably because they hadn't stopped us and nobody.
If it was 24-7 and a half, 24-7.5 is next to impossible.
We were going to go exactly.
Unless you're Tom Brady.
24-7.5 probably. I'm like that's I'm not just obviously maybe not, but like probably we would have scored because we just would have. We go up 24-7 instead. That's a 14-point massive swing that basically, not that Chiefs were like out of it, but like put them in the catbird seat, like off of nothing that they deserved. Like Hurts throws it onto the ground, kicks it, and then it's a 14-point swing. That cost us the game. And Jalen, and I'm sick that it was Jalen, that it is his fault because, as we all know, he played like a damn near perfect season for him. A season that nobody saw that he would have, that he really probably shouldn't have had. He was injured and lost the MVP because of that. He would have won the MVP. So like he played like perfect. And now in the big game when it like matters, and also we never turn it over. Every game of the season, every game of the playoffs, if you look at the turnover differential, it's always we're usually causing 2 and giving up 0 every time, 0, 0, 0, 0, especially Hurts. And we're getting 2. This game, we get 0 and we give up 1 and Hurts gives it up for a touchdown, 14-point swing. That's why we lost.
That was a tough one. The special teams play in the second half, that punt return was brutal too. That was a killer. It gave him incredible field position. Tavis, there are rumors that Philadelphia might bring back their one and only quarterback who got the job done in Super Bowl 52, Nick Foles. Do you see him starting over Jalen Hurts in 2023?
I think that's a poor attempt of a joke. I think actually Nick Foles retired, right? He had like a seizure or some shit. I think he's retired.
He retired a couple times, but this is for real.
Oh yeah.
He retired like today?
No, I think
or like this week.
He retired like last year, like 2 years ago.
No,
he
played this year.
He fucking almost died, Adam. Yeah, no, you should watch the video. It's fucking gnarly.
Wait, from football?
Yeah, the Giants guy laid down next to him too and was fucking doing a snow angel, and he's like just having a seizure on the field.
What squad was he on?
He was on
the Bears?
The Colts, right? I think he was on the Colts.
He's on the Colts. Yeah, he played in a handful of games. Yeah, this year. Yeah.
I thought he retired last season.
I'll send you the link. The Giants guy got a lot of shit for it. He didn't.
I guess the
He actually had a
statue-
seizure. That's not good. I don't support that.
It was like remember when Hoyer?
I remember
had
the guy got a lot of shit for it, but I don't remember the fact that he was actually.
Well, I don't know if he had an actual seizure, but he was like convulsing.
I don't think he had a seizure.
Did he get hit? He got hit, or he just went down and had a seizure?
I thought he was just kind of like rolling around. All right, Tavis, we'll listen to you on this one. We'll throw this clip in post production.
I guess the statue in Philly isn't as big and as grand as we might have thought. You know, I already forgot he didn't retire.
I don't know if he had a seizure, and I doubt they'd ever say that. But I mean, fucking, if you watch the video, it's not like normal, like rolling in pain, bro. He landed like right on his head, and he had
a contusion, he had a brain injury of some sort, and that's a shame. But I don't care. What are we talking about him for? I don't care.
I have no idea. Well, Dan was trying to be funny.
I just brought him up because
bring back Nick Foles because he won a Super Bowl.
No, we're not going to bring him back. And if we brought him back, we'd be the worst team in the league.
I think he's probably the greatest quarterback in the history of the Eagles to this point.
There was a time for that.
It could be Jalen Hurts. It could be Jalen Hurts.
Big Dick Nick, and we'll never forget. But
never forget Big Dick Nick. Yeah, he's a great player.
There's dudes in Philly, they got big dicks tatted on him over that. Tatted on him.
That's unbelievable. All right, let's talk halftime show. Producer Reese, debacle with the points. This is a debacle, but I love it. I love it. Electric. We're live on radio. Rihanna halftime show. Pretty electric.
Yes.
Beyonce, Rihanna, Taylor Swift.
Throw it to me first.
There, give me something hot on Rihanna halftime show, and then that scenario, that hypothetical, ranking those three.
Something hot for the halftime show. They gave it to us. Rihanna is hot, man. And okay, here's this. Now I wonder. I bet you guys don't even think about this. Is Rihanna pregnant? Was she pregnant?
Yeah.
And everyone knew that, I guess.
I don't know if she was. That was like supposed to be her.
She was so pregnant. It was like very obvious.
Yeah,
First of all, she had the bump. Second of all, she barely moved her feet at all. But it was still sick because she had just like the little fucking moves. And it was like, Rihanna, you're back. It's been 8 years. And I've been wondering about you. I've been calling and you don't answer. But damn, she's cute. She's cute. She doesn't look like she's aged at all. She's got hips that don't lie. She's got banger after banger. It made
banger after banger. Facts.
I used to love, being, in the wherever, listening to her bangers. And she just has a gorgeous face. She's the type of, well, I guess I shouldn't go there, but as far as African American women, she's the ones. She's what I like.
I think. Well, she's actually she's Caribbean in origin, but slightly darker skin. I don't think she's African American, but
it's a pigmentation. It's like the melatonin and stuff.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
I think melatonin, melatonin.
But she's hot. Okay, so then Beyonce or Taylor Swift?
All right, let me get my point. Very excited, Tavis, that I was probably one of the few people while I was live tweeting the game to my 3 followers on Twitter, Electric at OneTake Dan. To call that the first song, even though it was only for a brief second or two, was going to be the "Oh Nah What's My Name." Tavis, what do you think of the halftime performance?
Yeah,
that should be points for days. Producer, he's calling that song.
It wasn't electric, but she's hot.
It was, yeah. I mean, she looked great considering that she was like very pregnant. I honestly found the show kind of. Well, I mean, I guess she can't like dance around and shit because she has a baby, so like it was a little boring, right? Like Lady Gaga one time came in from the fucking ceiling. That was sick. I think that was.
Is that ASAP Rocky's baby in there?
Yeah.
Yo, that's the coolest. Yo, that's the story.
It's her second one.
That's the story, yo. Young swag boy Rocky.
It's the second one. Anyway, the show, I don't know. Her music's good, but it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best Super Bowl show. I didn't watch all of it. But to Adam's point, which I didn't even notice, but now that I think about it, it's very true. She wasn't really moving, right? Like she didn't do anything crazy. So kind of a miss, I'd say.
I thought the marshmallow dancers were kind of weird too. I thought the marshmallow dancers were a little weird,
dude. Because they commit to that like before the season even starts, dude. There's like no change in it unless someone died.
No,
yeah.
There's been changes. There's been last minute changes, like very recently actually, with Maroon 5, I believe, and somebody else. They pulled out or in and back and forth at last minute. And also, even if you may commit early. But if there's a problem, you think the Super Bowl halftime show is not going to remedy that problem by making a change? They are. I mean, they're going to do whatever it takes.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
they were clearly okay with it. She had to have disclosed it. She disclosed it. They said, cool. They said, can you give us a little arm movement? She said, yeah. And that's what we got. So
she's still a massive draw, pregnant or not. She could sit down on the fucking stage.
The show wasn't impressive, but it was just. Rihanna hasn't performed live in 8 years or dropped any music.
8 years? Is that true? Yeah. 8 years? I saw her in Mansfield, Mass. in 2010. It was electric then.
That's why it mattered. That's why, regardless of what she did, it was worth seeing because nobody's seen her.
So we probably all put Rihanna 1. Then who's your second or third? Beyonce or Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift. Didn't Cardi B do the halftime show the year the Patriots beat the Rams with Maroon 5? Because they did Girls Like You, if I'm not mistaken.
No. I believe it was.
It was Maroon 5.
It was Maroon 5.
But Cardi B did Girls Like, because they just kind of like Girls
Like You. What
yeah,
do you mean,
it's a Maroon 5. It's Maroon 5 and Cardi B. Or, like, who's the singer of Maroon 5? The dude?
Adam Levine.
Oh, Adam Levine.
it's
Yeah,
Adam
the guy
Levine.
that,
I get that all the time.
Yeah. That's Boehr.
You
Boehr's
guys,
look
yeah,
alike.
you do kind of look alike.
I get that all the time, for real. I love that.
Boehr's a stud. Producers, give him a couple points, even though we still can't hear shit.
Points for being hot.
Producers, we cannot hear anything.
Cardi B.
This is a mess.
Cardi B did do the halftime show with. It was Maroon 5, but she was like a special guest. Rihanna didn't even have any special guests. That halftime show kind of sucked.
I thought for sure she was going to bring out Drake.
Kanye or Jay-Z was there.
I tweeted out that Kanye should have came out when she started doing all the whites. That would have been electric. Also, Jay-Z, the fact that Jay-Z was there when Rihanna or Beyonce clearly hates Rihanna so much. The fact that Jay-Z was there and Beyonce was not there.
He took their kids, for what it's worth. I'm
was
not a
a
huge
little
Jay-Z guy either.
A little bit of a wild move.
That's part of why I don't like Beyonce is because she's married to Jay-Z and they're like corrupt together.
Yeah. All right. We can talk about that one later this week. All right. Hall of Fame class 2023 came out. A couple of easy picks, guys like Reese. I think Zach Thomas was a pretty easy pick. He's put in a great body of work over his career. A couple guys that I wasn't. Joe Thomas. I'm not a huge Joe Thomas guy. DeMarcus Ware. I think he's a. I'm just talking like guys from our generation of Rondé Barber. Towers, I don't know if you had anything on the Hall of Fame class 2023 in the NFL, but maybe talk me over the edge on Joe Thomas. Why is he like first ballot, easy guy? He's played 10 seasons for the Browns. I know he's a great left tackle, played every snap, but it's like, that to me, can you write the history of the NFL without Joe Thomas? I think you probably can't.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of guys in the Hall of Fame you can write the history of the NFL without.
But that's kind of like the heuristic moving forward.
It's more than baseball. It's better than baseball. So I don't know. I don't have too many complaints. I think Reese or Ware are the best players on that list. Probably Reese, right?
I would agree.
Yeah, and then DeMarcus Ware.
Reese was different, bro. Reese like, the whole Reese Island thing. Dude,
what about DeMarcus Ware? You have to fucking. I'd hate DeMarcus
Ware.
Yeah,
he's in. He's in.
He's in.
Now, Reese is the best player on that list. The worst players on that list is Rondé Barber. Rondé Barber, and I'm not denying he was electric for 2 seasons. Like I think he might have led the league in like turnovers or something like once, but he's a bum. I mean,
no, he's not a bum. No, come on.
Yeah,
he won a Super Bowl, right?
And I think he played like
he won a Super Bowl, one of the best defenses ever.
He was like a fullback. He was like a fullback, and then they were like, "Oh, be linebacker," and he was like, "All right."
No, you're thinking of the right guy. You're not thinking of the right guy there. Come on, you're not thinking of the right guy.
Yeah,
you're thinking of the right guy.
Is that his brother? Twin Barber? No, Rondé. Wasn't he a safety or he's a D-back?
He's a cornerback, yes. He's a quarterback, and he was pretty damn good.
And guess what happened?
That should be a couple minus points for Boehr.
No, I can't hear. No! When the Eagles were playing Tampa Bay Buccaneers one time with Warren Sapp, Rondé Barber.
Those are good defenses.
And we were going to go to the Super Bowl for like the 7th year in a row. We were in the NFC Championship. And we go to Tampa Bay. Who's their quarterback? It was like Rich Gannon or like a white man, a tall white man.
That was Brad Johnson. Yeah,
it was Brad Johnson. It was some
That's points for me,
quarterbacks. Yo, did they win the Super Bowl? They couldn't have. But
they won it 0-2. They won it.
They beat
the Eagles.
Yeah, they won after they beat us. That's hilarious. But anyway, we're driving to win the game, right?
He picked you off, right?
You already know what's going to happen. Yeah, fucking McNabb. We're driving to win the game. We're gonna win the game. We're at like the 28-yard line. Like we're in. I think we needed a field goal. We didn't even need to score.
It was like a 98.
What does McNabb do? He airmails a guy off his fucking fingertips, and Rondé Barber picks it off like a gift fell in his lap, and he scored. That's 3 Super Bowls lost for us. Well, 1 NFC Championship and 2 actual Super Bowls lost with McNabb throwing a fucking airmail pick sixes, and then fucking Hurts fumble 6. Like, damn it, dude.
Adam, Tampa Bay Times sports writer Rick Stroud ranked Barber's interception return for a touchdown in the NFC Championship game as the greatest scoring play in Buccaneers history.
It is so probably. But yo, that pisses me off. That's one of the like plays that makes me angry forever. Like it like flashes in my head sometimes when I wake up, like on a random Tuesday. It's Rondé. He's like,
I think
Rondé Barber.
I think you kind of made the argument that he is a great player. I mean, that's the thing about the NFL. It's different than a lot of the other Hall of Fames, where it's like you can look at the great plays or in those clutch moments.
He's not Hall of Fame though, right? Did we all agree? Hall of Fame, Rondé Barber? Come on.
How many times is he a pro? I mean, he won a fucking Super Bowl, dude. I
don't know.
He was a.
You said he was a bum. There's a difference between being a bum and is he in the Hall of Fame? He's not a bum. He's a very, very, very good player. I don't know if he's a Hall of Fame
He was
player.
a 5-time All-Teamer and a 5-time Pro Bowler. He was on the All-Decade team of the 2000s.
Yeah.
For-
He's a damn good player. All right. So
safety?
all right. Last thing.
DB.
Speaking of Hall of Fame, with all the NBA trades last week, I was thinking about like, where are all these guys going to get their jerseys retired who are going to be Hall of Famers?
The
Chris
Warriors
Pauls of
don't
the
have
world.
that problem. I don't know about Chris Paul. Wherever he wins the
The
title,
Warriors do not have that problem. That's what I said. I said it in the Discord, producer Reese. I don't know if you want to dig up that message. I gave Tavis some credit. Tavis always says I'm going against him, colluding against him. Blah, blah. I'm just giving you some love, giving your team some credit.
That's
with
a
the
good
Warriors.
question. That's a good question.
But it's
Where
like
do jerseys
Durant.
go?
Where does he get his jersey retired? Where does and
Durant
that's what I
won't
think.
get his jersey retired if he keeps this up.
He might not. Yeah, Chris Paul, LeBron. Where's he get
Durant
his jersey
doesn't win
retired?
shit.
LeBron would be Cleveland, right? Like LeBron's going to get his jersey retired at
He
Cleveland.
will, but like
They made
it's just
that.
kind
That
of weird.
owner doesn't really
No,
like
it
LeBron,
should be
right?
Cleveland. He definitely shouldn't retire it in LA. That would be weird because he's like,
What
it's
about
fake.
the Heat, dude? He won.
He won the most titles with the Heat,
Yeah,
though.
I think he'll get both of those.
Yeah, I think
LeBron
so,
and
too.
LeBron will be the exception player that they'll hang it anywhere he wants. You know, like as many places.
That's true.
Chris
They-
Paul.
They might
shouldn't,
retire
they shouldn't,
both of his numbers.
but they
And Adam
will.
Silver might retire both
Chris
of his
Paul
numbers.
never
How
gets
much
his
the
jersey.
league
If he never wins a
fucking loves
title,
LeBron.
then he's never going to get his jersey retired. He's a
What about
fucking
Durant?
loser.
Does Durant get his jersey retired with the Supersonics or the Thunder? I mean,
I think the Warriors retired. If I'm not mistaken, when he left, it was a huge parade for him, and he got his jersey retired. I'm almost positive.
That's hype. That's hype. Statue or what?
No, dude. I mean, I'd be down for. I fucking love Kevin Durant. He's one of my
Kevin
favorite.
Durant statue would be kind
I
of
know
sick.
Ti loves the Slim Reaper. That's actually a great
But
name.
yo,
But
no,
then,
I mean,
what
Slim
about
Reaper's the man, but like how many does he have? 2 titles or 1?
2.
Both with the Warriors?
Mhm.
Oh shit, yeah. So honestly, though, that's kind of an indictment on him.
And they would have.
And I like him.
Yeah, they
But
would.
like he only won him when he was playing with like absolute stacked Warriors, like studs.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
the argument against Kevin Durant, right?
Yeah, like he should have.
Sure.
He should be winning without everywhere else he goes, and he never even comes close at all.
And the last 2 would just be Kyrie and then Chris Paul. I don't know where they get
I
their.
think it. Well, Kyrie. I'd
It's
say
just,
the
it's just a
Cavs-
weird era, right? It's the era of the Mercenary,
Well,
the
I don't
National
think
Basketball
Kyrie.
Association.
You know what? Kyrie's not going to get his jersey retired because he rubs people.
Nobody
the wrong
likes him.
way. Yeah, Chris Paul too. Like he's never won a title. Like I think if anywhere the Clippers would do it, because right.
He'll
'Cause
get his
What about the-
jersey.
I was thinking like
he'll
the
get his
Hornets,
jersey
maybe the
retired
Hornets?
in Kim Kardashian's room.
I feel like that's actually there's no way that's.
I
actually
can't
true.
believe
There's no
Chris
way.
Paul banged Kim.
There's no way that's actually true. There's
He
no,
said that was
there's no way that's
unequivocally
actually
true.
There's no. He would die.
That's that's unequivocally false. All right, let's end it there. Good stuff, boys.
And we retired Durant's jersey in July of 2019.
Now,
So,
who else is a good player that would have that problem?
I put a list in the Discord somewhere.
Probably
but,
a guy like
yeah, James Harden. James Harden. Where does he go?
James Harden.
The Rockets?
Never. He'll never. Why would he get his jersey retired?
They don't-
Westbrook-
Because if you're in the
Harden.
Hall of Fame, you need to get your jersey retired somewhere. I feel like that's a thing. No,
He'll be Rockets.
Hey.
He'll be Rockets.
I guess.
Girl just
But
got
they
let-
don't even want him. They
That's
hate
what I'm
him.
saying. Like all these guys, who really wants him? I don't like.
That's
I don't know,
why,
maybe, like,
first of all, and I like the era of like move around to do what you got to do, but like there should be like a mental limit on that. For the guys should know, like I got 3. I can go to from the team I'm drafted on. I can go to 1 team and 1 more, and if it's not happening in that 10-year span of jumping to 2 teams, I stop. Like I fucked up. But you can't just go like every other season to a new squad, like blow them up and be like, I'm the man here, give me all the money, and then just like, I mean, that's kind of annoying. And
I think that's
if you don't
stopped,
win,
though,
if you
Adam.
don't win doing that, you look terrible, like Durant.
yeah.
I think there was I think like if you look at like the last like Durant was the last guy to really do that, right? Like and if you look, hear me out. If you look since like there are teams trying to draft from within. Like the Warriors have done that. They
Harden
got
does
Durant,
that currently.
but he's not. I don't think Harden's in the same tier of players as like LeBron and Durant is. I think we can.
He
like,
is in the same tier. He's not as good, but he's in that. He's in the top tier. Like he's named with all the All Stars and all the MVP.
Okay. Okay. We keep him in that tier, but like I was gonna say, the Sixers have tried to draft their team, right, and build that trusted process. You look at
Trusted
like a team
process,
like
baby.
Memphis, like they're not doing a good job, but they're trying to like draft in Memphis. It's like trying to draft and build a young core, right?
Celtics.
As
Celtics,
opposed to
baby.
trading for it, you're saying?
Yeah, and Boston's another great point where like they're trying to draft and build these superstars.
We
versus
would have
like
been so good. We drafted Markelle Fultz instead of Jason Tatum.
That's still my
we gave-
favorite of all time.
Yeah.
I
It's
remember
the wor-
talking
it's
about
the
that
wor-
with you in the office there. Do you remember
And
that?
you
It's
gave
the
up
worst
picks
thing
for
of
him.
all time. It's the worst. It actually is. Let's debate. The worst NBA trade of all time.
no,
It is.
it's the worst trade
It
maybe
is-
in
it
all
is
in
Of
all
all
sports.
Like
It could be,
in all
yeah,
and it
because-
wasn't even just a bad pick. We said, oh, we'll trade up. Like we gave them our spot to go like either to go down or up. No, to go
No, the
up.
Celtics. That's the first time the Celtics had the number 1 pick in the history of the Celtics franchise.
And I think-
they traded back and
and they gave it to
the
us.
Sixers. They gave it
And
to the
then I
Sixers.
think
bounce pass,
what
and
happened
take
was
whoever you want.
We went up to get the number 1 or 2 pick, got Markelle Fultz, and we still had like the 4 pick ahead of the Celtics and didn't take him. And then Tatum goes to
Tatum went third. It went Markelle Fultz, who won like 9 games in Washington, and
he forgot how to play basketball.
I got
terrible. Yeah. That's kind of a sad story. And then it was Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball went number 2, and then it was Jason Tatum at 3.
And then Tatum is Kobe Bryant's second coming, but better.
He thinks he is, but he's not.
He's not Kobe Bryant, but he's
Kobe Bryant wouldn't have choked in the finals the way that Jason Tatum did and just no-showed.
I heard that he choked real bad. Yeah,
he choked really bad.
It wasn't his best. I mean, he's also 23.
He scored like
23,
4
24
points or something.
It was horrible, and he was wearing like the Kobe socks, and it was like a story, and he didn't do anything.
That's okay. Producers, we got to check the stats on that one.
If the Sixers had Jason Tatum, and
it wasn't a complete joke job,
they would have won.
We would have been winning titles.
That's probably a fact. All right, producer Reese.
Joel Embiid is going to get a request to trade.